Warning: this show may contain some crude humor and mild swearing. Listener discretion is advised. This show was produced by Geek Happy Network, creators of the very best in audible oracle entertainment. In other words, podcasts. If you enjoy listening to An Adventure in Choosing, remember to subscribe to the show in Spotify or in your favorite podcast app. Oh, remember to leave a review. We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Geek Happy Network.
Welcome to An Adventure in Choosing, a podcast where I, your guide, Miki Tiki, will take you, the listener, and our lucky hero through nothing short of an adventure, using what are generically called adventure books. Now, these aren't normal books with only one measly ending. These books require our hero to make crucial decisions that branch off into a multiverse of endings depending on their choices. Many of them end in grim ways, but it is the job of our hero to find the one ending that will lead them to the great halls of the Geek Happy Valhalla. Will our hero find the ending they seek? Let's find out in a brand new episode of Adventure in Choosing. So today, please welcome our hero, Ken Ang. Welcome, Ken.
Hello. Glad to be here.
Yeah, so Ken, I've heard you are a little bit of an adventurer. You recently came from an adventure, wasn't it?
If you call it, you can call it that, I guess. It was mainly eating, though. So I
Eating adventure.
Yeah, it was more of a food adventure than anything.
Ooh.
It sounds like we'll be doing more of like an actual adventure with like plot twists and whatnot.
Yeah, well, I mean, eating adventures might have plot twists. What adventure did you go to?
Well, I just came from Japan recently.
Oh, cool.
A week in Sapporo and another week in Osaka.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That is, I don't know, man. That sounds like a better adventure than the adventure we're going into.
Definitely, it sounds like it's gonna be. It sounds like it's easier off the bat. Like
fair.
I know you're gonna put me through some work today.
Okay, what was your favorite food then when you were in Japan?
Oh man, hard to choose. But Osaka's known for their takoyakis and okonomiyaki. So both were like home runs.
Okay.
They use really fresh ingredients.
Right. So for the people who don't know, what are takoyakis and
Okonomiyaki.
Okonomiyaki.
So a takoyaki is basically like an octopus ball. It's very starchy and it's got fresh baby octopus or chopped up tentacles of octopus inside basically a starchy ball filled with like either shallots and other spices. It's really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
I'm hungry already. Well, that's perfect then, because today your adventure is going to be Journey Under the Sea.
Oh yeah. I already see some tentacles.
Yeah,
in there,
you can see it, exactly.
Yep.
Perfect.
Common denominator.
Yeah. Well, before we begin our adventure, let me remind you about the rule. Or I guess for you, you haven't heard the rules yet. Let me tell you about
Yeah.
the
Please,
rules
go ahead.
of how Adventure in Choosing works. As the hero, you need to select the adventure you wish to take and the fate you need to find. So today we've chosen to do Journey Under the Sea, which Ken chose before the show started. Once you select your adventure, we can begin. As your guide, I will read out the adventure book until you then have to make a choice.
Okay.
And then I'll keep reading. We'll continue doing this until you either find the end you seek or meet your demise too early.
Okay.
If you find the ending you seek, you'll be added to the Hall of Legendary Heroes in Geek Happy Valhalla.
Quick question. How many heroes have been added to this hall so far?
0.
Oh, wow. Okay. No pressure then.
Yeah, there's nobody in there. It's a pretty lonely hall.
I know.
So
It's a lonely club, it sounds like.
yeah, so you could be the first to rule these halls.
Wow.
No pressure.
Incentives.
But in the event that you meet your demise, do not fret. I am able to turn back time and allow you to return to a previous choice. But my powers as a guide are limited. I can only return you once to any location you may have choice. I am only able to return you once to any location you have had made a choice. Now, if you forget your choices, don't worry. I have an adventure map here that is as you can see. A
Wow.
mess.
That looks complicated. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be tracking your progress here, and as your guide,
Sounds good.
I'll be able
Lead
to bring
away,
you back.
guide.
Yeah. So that's all there is to it. Are you ready for your adventure in choosing?
Yeah, let's get it started.
Alright, so for today's adventure, like I said, we have Journey Under the Sea. Shout out to R.A. Montgomery for writing this book. He has an entire collection of different choose your own adventure books. I highly recommend to buy your own. They don't sponsor us or anything, but
Okay.
go to Amazon, go buy the books. It's pretty fun.
It's
You
good
can do
fun,
it
I
with,
bet.
yeah. You can do it with your friends and all of that. Some of them have 42 endings, some of them have
Yeah,
20
make a night
endings.
out of it.
Yeah, seriously though, he has tons of different books. It's pretty cheap, very cool, very fun. All right, before we get underway, let's choose the difficulty of which you want to go on your adventure.
Ooh,
So
okay.
the hall has different, there's a
What
not so
What is
cool
the
hall.
minimum difficulty required to get into the hall, if at all there is?
Well, there are three halls inside Valhalla. There's
Okay.
one for the easy mode, one for medium, and one for hard.
All right.
So I'll leave it to you to choose. Do you want me to read out the goal?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Please.
I'll read out the prelude
Okay.
into the book, and then you could choose your difficulty.
Sounds good.
Beware and warning. This book is different from other books. You and you alone are in charge of what happens in this story. There are dangers, choices, adventures, and consequences. You must use all your numerous talents and much of your enormous intelligence. The wrong decision could either end in disaster and even death. But don't despair. At any time, you can go back and make another one choice and alter the path of your story. Now enter the mysterious and beautiful world of Atlantis. You may become famous. You may decide never to return to Earth, or you may not get a chance to make that decision. Whatever happens, good luck.
All right.
So- That's the adventure you have to take, is we're going to take a journey into Atlantis. For easy mode, all you have to do is arrive safely to Atlantis. For medium difficulty, you have to be able to find a career path in Atlantis.
Wait, there are people in Atlantis
Oh yeah.
and jobs.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
For hard mode, you have to come back to Earth, but not the regular Earth, a much simpler Earth.
Okay. Sounds very specific.
Very specific, yeah. So, what difficulty do you choose?
Let's do medium.
Medium.
Yeah.
So find a career in Atlantis.
This is gonna be fun. I wonder what careers they have down there.
Yeah. Oh, what kind of careers do you think they have down there?
Fishing. I'm gonna be a successful fisherman down there.
All right. So let's go on our adventure then.
All right.
You are a deep sea explorer searching the famed lost city of Atlantis. This is your most challenging and dangerous mission. Fear and excitement are now your companions. It is morning, and the sun pushes up on the horizon. The sea is calm. You climb to the narrow pilot's compartment of the underwater vessel Seeker with your special gear. The crew of the research vessel Maray,
Marie. Oh,
M-A-R-A-Y.
yeah, sounds like Marie.
Maray,
Yeah.
yeah. The crew of the research vessel Maray screws down the hatch clamps, now begins to plunge into the depths of the ocean. The Seeker crew begins lowering by a strong but thin cable. Within minutes, you are so deep in the ocean that little light filters down to you. The silence is eerie as the Seeker slips deeper and deeper. You peer out into the thick glass porthole and see strange white fish drifting past, sometimes stopping to look at you, an intruder from another world. The cable attaching you to the Marais is extended to its limit. You have come to rest on a ledge near the canyon in the ocean floor that ancient myth says leads to the lost city of Atlantis. You have an experimental diving suit designed to protect you from the intense pressure of the deep. You should also be able to leave the Seeker and explore the sea bottom. The new suit contains a number of latest microprocessors, enabling a variety of useful functions. It even has a built-in waterproof smart tablet with laser communicator. What year was this? Real shit.
Ahead of its time.
I know. It's crazy. You can cut loose from the cable. The Seeker is self-propelled. You're now in another world. Remember, this is a dangerous world. An unknown world. As agreed, you signal the Marais. All systems go. It's awesome down here. Now we're here to your first choice.
Ooh.
Do you decide to explore the ledge where the Seeker has come to rest? Or do you decide to cut loose from the Marais and dive with the Seeker into the canyon and the ocean floor?
Ooh. I'd like to dive.
Dive?
Yes.
All right. Dive down. So cut loose and dive. I was very confident.
Just this
Straight
is an
from-
adventure, right?
That's true. That's true. All right. The Marae asks you for a more detailed status report, and you comply, telling them that you are going to cast off from the line and descend under your own power. Approval is given, and the Seeker slips silently into the undersea canyon. As you drop into the canyon, you turn on the Seeker's powerful searchlight. Straight ahead is a dark wall covered with a strange type of barnacle growth. To the left, port side, you see what happens to be a grotto. The entrance is perfectly round, as if it had been cut by human hands. White lanternfish give off a pale greenish light. To the right, starboard side of the Seeker, you see bubbles rising steadily from the floor of the canyon. Do you decide to investigate the bubbles, or do you decide to investigate the grotto with the round entrance?
The grotto. Definitely the grotto.
Definitely the grotto.
That sounds like an entrance somewhere.
Alright, we're investigating the grotto. You pilot the Seeker through the rounded entrance to the grotto. Once inside, your searchlight picks up what appears to be docks and piers along the grotto walls. Ooh.
Okay.
The Seeker's...
somewhere.
Yeah. The Seeker's searchlight is not very powerful. However, you do have a special laser light, which would light up the grotto like daylight. Unfortunately, the laser light can only be used twice for very short periods before it must be recharged aboard the Marae, now more than 2,000 feet above you on the surface.
Oh, man.
Will you use the laser light, or do you decide to cruise further into the grotto?
How long does the laser light last again? I mean, at least I know
Only
I'm
short
only
period.
allowed to use it twice,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mention, right? How
It doesn't
long?
last long, no. It's like a...
Yeah, let's go ahead and use the laser light.
Use the laser light. I mean, it's only once. You got
It's
another...
only once. I have one more shot.
Yeah.
I feel like that's gonna come in handy later, though.
Yeah. Who knows? The beam from the laser light illuminates the entire grotto. Far back into the floor of the grotto is a submarine.
A submarine? Like,
Yeah.
whoa.
A
Okay.
submarine. Cautiously, you maneuver the Seeker closer. It's a submarine that mysteriously disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle almost a year before. The Bermuda Triangle, though, is more than 2,000 miles away. How did the sub get here?
Atlantis, that's how.
It doesn't appear to be damaged, but it is covered with slimy algae. Beautiful fish swim around it as though it's their own special prize. Then you notice that the main hatch is free of algae. Are you going to enter the submarine? Or are you going to decide to cruise on through the grotto, ignoring the sub for now?
I feel like my main mission is to get to Atlantis, so I'm just gonna cruise past it for now.
Cruise past... Alright, cruising on through the grotto, ignoring the sub. You cruise through the grotto past the wreck of the submarine. Oh, there's another shipwreck. And then another. They too are covered with algae, and they also appear undamaged. Maybe people from Atlantis capture ships in the Bermuda Triangle and bring them here. There's a three-masted schooner of the type used in the early 1800s. Its rigging is festooned with algae, and fish swimming lazily around its mass. Your curiosity captures you, and you put your diving suit, leaving the Seeker. You move towards the old sailing ship. Suddenly, a 13-foot-long, deadly poisonous sea snake strikes from behind the forward cabin and bites you in the soft flesh between the fingers of your right hand.
Damn. Okay.
There's-
This is a problem.
It is. The next sentence is an even more bigger problem.
Oh crap.
There
what
is
is
no antidote to the deadly poison.
Oh crap.
The neurotoxin spreads like a wave up your forearm on its way to your cerebral cortex. Your life has been short and sweet. Farewell, brave one.
Oh god, that's it. I meet the end right there.
That is it. Yeah,
Maybe I should have explored that sub.
Yeah, I mean...
Wait, but you're able to turn back time though, right?
I can. It is fun. I mean, producer Mike did tell us that this might be the shortest... Might have the shortest endings of all
That's
the
right,
adventure
that's
books.
right.
So,
Foreshadowing. It just came out of nowhere.
no.
Alright.
But, yeah, I can bring you back. So I do have that power. Do you want me to
Yeah.
tell you the past choices so we could look at what you want to go back
yeah,
into?
for sure, for sure.
So we started off the story, and you decided to cut loose and dive instead of
Yeah.
explore the ledge.
Mm-hmm.
And once you cut loose and drive, you decided to you had a choice between investigating the grotto or investigating the bubbles.
The bubbles, I remember this one.
Yeah, and you decided to investigate the grotto. And then you had a choice to either use your laser light or keep cruising without using, and you used your laser light.
Right.
Then you came across a submarine, and instead of entering, you decided to explore further and get bit by the sea snake.
Okay.
So you could either enter the submarine, like the previous choice. You could either choose not to use your laser light and cruise further. You could also investigate the bubbles instead of investigate the grotto, or you could explore the ledge instead of cutting loose and dive.
Okay.
Now I guess it's a good time to remind you that your goal is to
get to Atlantis. Find a good career.
Yeah. Or at least have a job in Atlantis. You're not some bum or some person. I don't know what they have.
Someone using up all the taxpayer money.
Yeah, exactly. You want to be a functioning member of society.
Oh man. Okay. I feel like I was right on track too. All right. I think I'm not gonna go too far back. I'd like to explore the sub.
Instead of cruising on.
Yeah.
Okay, we could do that. Final answer?
No. Suddenly I feel like I might just die again. It's not gonna make that big of a diff, I feel, if I explore the sub. You know what? Let's explore the bubbles.
Explore the bubbles? And that's your final answer?
Yes.
All right. Let me see. Give me a couple seconds. I want to see where that goes. Okay, so we're gonna explore the bubbles. Good thing we have a handy dandy adventure map to tell us
where we're going.
Where we're going, yeah.
It's better not be another sea snake. It's a sea snake.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Thank God.
It's a sea squid.
It's a or it's like some ray that just jumps out of the sun and like sticks me in the chest.
Yeah.
The end.
No, it's not. So far, you're not dead yet.
Okay, good.
But I haven't read the page.
Oh man, okay. Alright.
Carefully maneuvering the seeker between the walls of the canyon, you discover a large round hole. A stream of large bubbles flows steadily out of the hole. The seeker is equipped with scientific equipment to analyze the bubbles. It also has sonar equipment that can measure depth. The ocean covers close to 90% of the Earth, and it's mostly unknown. Is it 90%? I thought it was like 70.
I thought it was less also.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. 90 sounds like a lot of water.
Yeah.
But then again, there are only like 7 continents. So.
I guess so. R.A. Montgomery, come on, man. I hope you did your research on this.
Maybe he ballparked it.
Maybe, yeah. Well, who knows where the hole might lead, right? So do you decide to analyze the bubbles? Or do you decide to take depth readings?
Let's analyze the bubbles.
Analyze the bubbles.
Yes, find out if there's some creature in there.
Yeah, let's see. You squeeze into your dive suit. Oh, last time you squeezed into a dive suit.
I died.
Yeah, shit.
Don't like where this is going.
Now outside the seeker, you use your miniaturized wrist computer to analyze the bubbles.
Oh, you mean like an Apple Watch?
Yeah. It's like a apple-shaped bubble.
Oh.
I guess, I don't know. As you work, you clumsily knock against the valve that dumps the compressed air necessary to make the seeker rise to the surface. There's nothing to be done about it, so you continue to analyze the bubbles. They contain a high percentage of oxygen and no poisonous gases. Perhaps they're coming from some area below the sea,
like Atlantis.
Beings can live and breathe. Yeah, perhaps they are coming from Atlantis.
Okay.
You could try to use the seeker's drilling arm to enlarge the source of the bubbles so you can explore further. But you're also worried about the seeker's loss of rising capability from bumping the valve.
Mm-hmm.
You might also be able to trap the bubbles and use them to raise the seeker. Do you decide to try to collect bubbles coming from the hole to fill the tanks of the seeker? Or do you decide to drill?
I'm going to try and utilize the bubbles coming out of the hole.
Utilize the bubbles coming from the hole.
Yes.
And try to fill the tanks of the seeker.
Fill the tanks of the seeker, yes.
Alright. You're able to capture the bubbling gases and fill the tanks of the seeker, enough to allow it to rise.
Nice.
Slowly the seeker rises out of the canyon, shattering schools of brightly colored fish and brushing past underwater plants that wave like palm trees in the wind. Just as you reach the ledge at the top of the old canyon, you see what appears to be an old road. Rocks along its side look like old Roman distance markers. Could this be the path that leads to the lost city of Atlantis?
What? It was on the ledge the whole time.
You anchor the Seeker and prepare to investigate closely. Your dive suit is a tight fit and takes you some time to put it on. Finally, you slip from the airlock of the Seeker and stand on the ocean floor. It's a strange and marvelous world where your every move is slowed down. You begin the exploration with your halogen searchlight. The ledge hanging over the deep canyon is your starting point. A strange feeling overcomes you. Part warning, part terror. Then you see it. The Seeker is in the grips of a huge sea monster. It's similar to a squid, but it's enormous. The Seeker is just a toy in its long, powerful tentacles. You seek shelter behind a rock formation, knowing the spear gun you carry will be useless against this monster. It looks as though it will destroy the Seeker. Fish of all sizes huddle with you in an attempt to escape the monster.
Oh god. I'm the takoyaki now. It's me! I'm the takoyaki now!
Whatever you ate, its mother is coming to haunt you.
Oh yeah. Karma.
Exactly. So, do you stay hidden close to the Seeker? Or do you try to escape in hopes that the rescuers will save you?
Is there anyone inside? There's a crew inside the Seeker, right?
Yes, if I remember right, yeah.
Oh man. So that's basically bail on my crew and save myself?
I'm not sure, actually. Because it does look, if you look at the picture,
Uh-huh.
it's a one-man pod.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say you're alone.
Okay, let's say I'm alone, then I'm just gonna cut my losses and try to venture away from this. Wait, what are the options?
You either stay hidden
Okay.
close to the Seeker, or you try to escape, hoping that someone will save you.
Here's the thing. I feel like if I try to escape right now, it's gonna see my movement. This thing is gonna see my movement and eat me. So I'm gonna stay hidden until this thing probably loses interest and goes away.
Alright, final answer?
Yes.
It seems safe, yeah. The giant squid tosses and turns the Seeker, but finally the creature grows tired of its new game and jets off in an enormous squirt of water. Oh.
I knew I would have died if I explored further. I would have died right there.
Yeah, you're now able to free. You are now free to leave your hiding place and examine the Seeker for damage. But to your dismay, the airlock entrance has been jammed shut.
Oh damn!
You're locked out of the Seeker. This crew of the Moray, however, suspected trouble when you did not respond to a routine radio check. They're now lowering an escape platform. Once on the platform, you radio them to start a slow pull to the surface. To avoid the deadly bends, rapid expansion of nitrogen bubbles in your blood, they will have to bring you up very slowly. Just as the platform begins to move, the giant squid reappears.
Oh crap!
Mama's back,
Oh
and it's
crap.
headed directly at you.
Oh man!
You decide to fight the squid with your spear gun, hopefully scaring it off.
That is a bad idea.
Or do you decide to signal the moray to pull you up at top speed, knowing you'll get the bends?
I know the bends won't kill me instantly, and I can probably spend time in a decompression chamber, so I'm just gonna ask them to pull me up.
Pull you up?
I feel like if I fight, I'm just gonna die, so pull me up.
Alright, signal the moray to pull you up. Looking into here, okay. As they begin the rapid hauling, you lose your ability to function in the deep. Dizziness overcomes you, and your arms and legs feel weak. You lose your hold on the platform and drift in the water exhausted.
Oh crap, this thing's gonna eat me now.
Surprisingly, you see a dolphin heading toward you. You see a dolphin heading right toward you.
Nice.
Ah, these marvelous mammals sometimes help people in trouble. Will it help you, though?
Watch it kill me.
Do you try to get help from the dolphin? Or do you decide to carry on alone, swimming to the surface?
I'll try to get help from the dolphin.
Quickest answer ever. Alright.
Turns out to be a shark.
And the dolphin looks at you, and you even imagine that he's smiling at you. You grab one of his flippers, and with a powerful switch of its body, the dolphin swims upwards. In a short time, you break through the surface. You blink in the bright sun. The moray is nowhere in sight.
Oh crap.
You are lost far at sea. The dolphin dives beneath the surface with you, still clinging to him. He speeds off, and within 20 minutes you're next to the moray. The dolphin must have heard the moray's engine noises underneath the water. Once aboard, everyone congratulates you on your escape. You will go down again, but the thought keeps haunting you. What if luck, has finally run out.
Oh, yeah.
So do you decide to dive again the next day? Or are you going to give up on this expedition?
Wow. That sounds so final. I guess I have no other choice. I gotta go down again.
Go down again.
Gotta get me a career in Atlantis, man.
Alright. Again, the Seeker is lowered over the side of the moray and slips into the ocean. Fish swim by, peering cautiously at you in your titanium and ceramic shell. The sunlight fades as you descend into the abyss below. You're headed for the giant canyon below that might lead to Atlantis. When you reach the canyon, you switch on the Seeker's searchlight. Immediately, you spot the round hole that appears to be made by intelligent being. Perhaps it leads to Atlantis. You're back here again. So you pilot the Seeker through the rounded entrance of the grotto. Sounds familiar.
Wow, we're going through the grotto this time. Okay.
Once inside, your searchlight picks up what appears to be the docks and piers along the grotto walls.
Alright.
Once inside, your searchlight picks up what appear to be docks and piers along the grotto walls. It's the same thing again.
Same thing.
Back here. The Seeker's searchlight is not very powerful. However, you do have a special laser light.
Now, there we go again.
So this time, do you still decide to use the laser light? Or do you decide to cruise further into the grotto?
This is assuming I'm in the Seeker, right?
Yeah, you're in the Seeker again, because you...
Was I in the Seeker when I got bit last time?
Yeah.
No, I was out.
Yeah, you used the laser light, and then you decided to leave the Seeker because you found... let's see. Yeah, you decided to leave the Seeker because you found a submarine. So you used the laser light, you found a submarine, and then you decided to ignore the submarine, and then you got bitten by a sea snake.
No, let's not use the laser light.
Alright, so just cruise on further.
Let's cruise on further in the safety of our little one-man
Vessel.
Yes.
Alright. So you cruise silently into the grotto. Its roof slopes upward, and you follow the slope. The depth finder shows that you're rising quite rapidly. Perhaps you will reach the surface and open air. The roof of the grotto stops sloping upward. Before you is a perfect round metallic hatch made of a metal that you've never seen before.
Huh.
With the metal arm of the Seeker, you try to open the hatch. No luck. Activating an electronic pulse generator, you bombard the hatch with electronic pulses. They're not meant to be hostile. Now with that in mind, do you decide to blow the hatch open with an explosive charge? Or do you decide to continue transmitting radio communications through the hatch?
I'm gonna go with radio communications through the hatch.
Radio communications through the hatch. Final answer?
Yes.
Okay. The radio transmissions seem to be failing, and you grow tired of sending signals through closed doors. You're just about to give up when a door suddenly swings open, revealing behind a cavern with another door. You enter the cavern cautiously and receive a radio signal in English. It tells you that you're welcome here, but once you enter the place, you may never return to the world above. It is up to you to decide. Do you decide to go on and investigate what might be Atlantis? Or do you decide to retreat?
Oh man, no, we came this far already.
Keep
I can
going.
almost smell my Atlantean career. Yeah, no, let's keep pushing forward.
Keep pushing forward, says this brave adventurer. You're greeted by a group of people who look like ordinary human beings, except that there are gill-like slits in their necks. Their bare feet have skin between the toes forming a web. They order you to put on your dive suit and pull out quickly from the Seeker and lead you towards their city. On the way, they show you the zoo where there are animals from the world above the sea. There's a glass-like cage surrounding them filled with air, allowing them to live below the sea. So, my young friend, the leader of the group says, you may have a gill slit operation and live like one of us, or you could refuse and join the other animals in the zoo. What a choice! But if you have the gill slit operation, you may never be able to escape and return to the surface. Are you going to agree to the operation, or are you going to go to the zoo?
Does the zoo count as a career?
I think that was I don't think that's a career, more of like a slavery.
But it's entertainment.
Like, just
That's
the
true,
slaves count as a career? I don't think you're getting paid for
Yeah,
this one,
yeah,
so
no, this one's not. So yeah, let's do the gill slits.
do the operation.
I want to be one of you guys.
Yeah, I guess you don't really have a choice with this
There's
one.
no choice.
So you decide to remain with the Atlanteans. Their approach to life seems ideal. time is spent in creating things to help life and not to destroy it. You believe their leader is speaking the truth when she tells of avoiding war and not hating. You're fascinated by this apparently ideal world. You decide you would like to stay and research the history of how Atlantis became what it is, and what caused the split between the Atlanteans and the No-Doors. So, yet, in your mind remains the hope of escape so that you can go back to your own world. So the No-Doors are kind of the rivals of the Atlanteans.
Oh, okay.
So do you decide to stay and spend your life researching the history and secrets of Atlantis, or do you decide to escape?
Research is a career.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that.
Let's say so. Research? Final
Yes,
answer?
sir.
Maybe you could learn from the Atlanteans and how they achieved such happiness in their lives. You seek out their history. Announcing your decision to stay, you're treated with kindness and friendship. You explain that you'd like to help with their underwater food production. Atlantis was an advanced civilization thousands of years ago. The citizens nourished their peaceful thoughts and plucked out their hateful thoughts, as one would tend a garden. Their minds became a rich and dazzling universe, clear and unbounded. You have so much to do helping with sea plants and studying their history that you soon forget the seeker. The end.
Whoa.
So I guess, congratulations.
Yes!
Congratulations.
Woohoo!
You are the first person to be ever honored in the Greek,
Oh my
in the
God.
great halls of Geek Happy Valhalla.
I am the first.
The first in the halls and the first in the medium difficulty category.
Wow.
How does it feel? Mr.
I'm
Hero?
honored. Wow. First of all, I just made history. I don't know what to say. Wow. I'm just glad to be in the hall.
Yeah. Glad to not have been a takoyaki to the takoyaki.
Exactly. Almost. I was that close to actually breaking away from my hiding place and trying to escape.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have led somewhere. Where would that have led? Are you able to see?
Let's see. That was the escape one, right? So instead of hiding, you
Instead
tried to
of hiding,
escape.
yeah, I believe the other option was to escape and hope that someone rescues me.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna blitz through this.
Okay. All right. I just want to see.
Yeah. For those who want to actually hear how the story goes, we'll lead by the book.
Okay.
By the book. So if you try to escape, you're given a choice to either use a propulsion charge or wait quietly. Oh, sorry. When you try to escape,
Uh-huh.
you're going to be met with a shark. So you escape the squid and you meet a shark. Do you have any sharks been in Japan?
No. But I'm terrified of sharks. Like in
Okay.
real life.
So it was sensing your fear. It wasn't trying to get revenge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you get a choice to either use a propulsion charge to scare it off or wait quietly.
Both not a good. I mean, that's just not a
No.
good situation to be in.
Neither is really that good. If you choose the propulsion charge, you get the bends and
Oh, I get the bends.
you fail your journey. And then if you decide to wait, you just get eaten by sharks. So,
All right. Wow. I was this close. I swear I
So
was this
close.
close to opting for that.
yeah.
Man. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Because
right.
he starts thinking like maybe I should just try to. I'm like, just hide.
You
Just
with the
hide.
map. You with the map. Man. All right. Wow. I feel good to have survived and
Yeah.
actually seen my goals through.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So
Hopefully more people join the club soon. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's lonely right now.
might be pretty lonely. It'll get more exciting. I'm sure the halls look amazing, right? Like
Oh
you can
yeah. Oh yeah.
see, you can see the
Gold
beautiful-
everywhere, man. What are
gold
you talking
everywhere,
about?
Exactly. We even have a special chair for you.
Oh man.
It's not that comfy because it's made of gold.
It's just
too.
that there's no one to talk to here.
Yeah. Well, hopefully some people will be good enough to join you here. So thank you again.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. Wow.
Of course.
Wow. And now I'm in the hall.
Yeah. So thanks for listening, everybody, to an adventure in choosing. For more shows, check us out at geekhappynetwork.com. Thanks again to R.A. Montgomery for this book. It was It's always fun. Like we said, just buy it. Get your friends to play with your friends as well. It's great. There's so many different other endings to this. Like this book has 42 endings, and we probably hit 3 of them. There's some pretty cool endings here. Like I said to Ken, or like we told in the beginning, there are ways to arrive to Atlantis that are different. There are different career paths as well. There's also one ending where you could lead a revolution. So yeah.
I feel like that would have been something we would have had to do to get out of Atlantis.
Yeah.
And back to the surface, I feel.
Yeah, well,
Had we opted for the hard one.
Yeah, I won't leave it for spoilers, but the Revolution's pretty cool.
Oh man, maybe I should have gone hard mode.
Yeah, you could also. There's also one where you transform yourself into a different being. There's some pretty cool stuff here. So,
okay.
like I said, check him out. The Choose Your Own Adventure series by R.A. Montgomery is awesome. All right. Well, with that said, I guess goodbye.
All right. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah.
Have an idea for our next adventure? Send us a message through Facebook at Geek Happy Network or Instagram at Adventure in Choosing, or email us at adventureinchoosing@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from our fellow adventurers. While you're there, remember to subscribe or follow us too.
Thanks for listening. For more Geek Happy Network shows like Represented or The Monster Slayer's Guide to Slaying Monsters, or partner shows like Book and Bitch, come give us a listen at geekhappynetwork.com, or look for us on our favorite podcast app. Oh, and be sure to follow us on Facebook or Instagram at geekhappynetwork.com. This show was created by Mike Nevada, hosted by Mick Narciso, editing by Mick Narciso, logo by Eugene Yu, music by Yan Claremont.